UAA office bureaus, ICT Vice Chancellor, faculty, staffs, students, Distinguished Alumni Award winners, and other dignitaries, and the larger ICT community. Welcome to the UAA's Annual Reunion Day celebrations and UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Ceremony 2022, held for the categories of academic and research. Before we begin with our today's event, we would like to pay homage to the departed souls of this year, Professor S.P. Potnis, Dr. Anil Shri Kande, Shri Prakash Kamath, Dr. Prasanna Kumar Kane, Shri B.I. Bhatt, Shri Shirish Kulkarni, and others. Heartfelt sympathy for the family who lost their loved ones. They may be out of our sight, but they are, of course, in our hearts. I would like to request everyone to please stand up for a minute in the silence for them to pay gratitude. Thank you so much. With this, I would like to invite the Vice Chancellor of the Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, Professor Anirudh P. Pandit, the UDCity Alumni Association, UAA President, Dr. Sanjay Mehendale, Professor Sriram Joshi, who is the Chair of the Search and Selection Committee of UAA Distinguished Alumni Awards, Ms. Maruk Rustamji, who is the co-chair of the Search and Selection Committee of UAA of Distinguished Alumni Awards, and the Distinguished Alumnus Award winners, Professor R.D. Kulkarni, Dr. Jagadish Thampi, and Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta, to proceed to the dais. We welcome each one of you with immense pleasure. Now I would request to please play the Vidyapeeth Geets recording.
घोष तुझा महंत तू कीर्ति रक्षिके जगन्मान्य तू महन मंगले
अभियंता तंत्रज्ञकारिके शत प्रणाम हो तुझलाइके नव क्षितिजे नव चेतनाने रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके श्री रसायन देविके रसायन देविके
With this, now I would like to call upon Dr. Sanjay Mehendale sir, the president of the UDCT Alumni Association, to address this August gathering. For those, Dr. Mehendale sir has been associated with UAA for close to a decade now in various capacities. Dr. Mehendale is a water treatment professional having more than 3 decades of experience in this field. Currently, he is the Executive Vice President of the Resins and Membranes Divisions at Iron Exchange India Limited. I welcome you, sir.
Good evening. I welcome you all for this celebrations of today. So, Vice Chancellor of ICT, Professor Pandit, all our award winners, Professor Sharma, other dignitary on the dais as well as off the dais, members of Advisory Council of UAA, past presidents of UAA, and respected teachers, dear alumni, and students, warm greetings to you all. This evening, we are going to celebrate the achievements and success of UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award winners in the academic and research categories. The day is also celebrated as Reunion and Day of the Alumni. UDCT Alumni Association is a 33-year-old entity. One of our distinguished alumnus, Mr. Kishore Mariwala, is the founder member and the first president of UAA. UAA is registered under Society Act 1860 and the Bombay Public Trust Act 1950. We are also registered under the Section 12AA and ATG of Income Tax 1961. Thus, we are exempted to pay income tax, and if we spend more than 85% of our income in a financial year. And the donors of a UAA get a tax benefits with the ATG certificates. Right from the inception, the primary objective and the activities of the UAA have revolved around assisting our alma mater and students of the institute. We are focusing on 2 main areas. One is infrastructural development of UDCT ICT and supporting the students. In the infrastructural development, in the alma mater, we have 2 programs. One is the lab upgradation program, and the second one is the class upgradation program. Over the period of the time, the laboratories, which are the postgraduate laboratories, have been upgraded to a really good way. And today we can consider them to be as good as any world-class institute which we have. But our undergraduate laboratories needs upgradation, and that's a program which we have undertaken, and that's where we spend a lot of money to upgrade these undergraduate labs. We have also recently taken up the upgradation program for our classrooms, because our classrooms are still not as good as the prestigious institute like ICT needs to have. So this is the one program which we have started recently. So with these 2 programs, these are the 2 infrastructural development programs which we run for our alma mater. For the students, one of our flagship program is the interest-free loans to the needy students. So there are students who require this kind of a support to pay their academic fees or the hostel fees, and we help them with the interest-free loans, and these loans are being paid by the students when they start actually earning. And our experience is most of our students pay back this loan very regularly, and this way we are in a position to recirculate the amount to pay to the next batch of the students. So every year we normally give the loans to around 10 to 20 students, and this has helped them to continue their academic career in the ICT. The another two things which we have started doing is, one is the certification course on the practice of chemical technology. Now this course was a brainchild of one of my past presidents, the immediate past president, Mr. Dilip Udas. And the idea was, whatever the UDCT course, of course, covers a lot of things, but there are few things which requires attention, and there is a bridging the gap. Basically, this course bridges the gap between what is expected of the students from the corporates and what is taught in the ICT. So this course have been conducted for the last 6 to 7 years and has been very, very popular with the students. We normally announce this course and within a day or two, all the 50 seats get filled up. And this is a word of mouth. People have realized that this is a very good course and that helps them out. The second course we have, which we have started very recently, is on the for the research students, again, which is called a methodology of industrial research and developments. The teaching of this course will augment the current course of research students in the ICT. This again is the course where we thought that whatever the students need to have, those who are doing the research here, need to also have the exposure to what kind of a research or what kind of a research methodology is followed in the industry. And that's the reason why this course has been devised and decided. And with the blessings of the Vice Chancellor, this course has been started very recently. Another thing which I want to touch upon is the financial burdens to run the prestigious institute like our alma mater. It is increasing year and year. One of the responsibilities of the UAA is to help the institute and ease this financial burden. There are two areas where institute spends a large amount of money running in course every year. There are these two areas. One is subscription of e-resources required by our library, and the second one is the annual maintenance contracts for the various instruments across the institutes. As you are very much aware that as the dollar is appreciating, many journals what we subscribe to are published abroad, and then the subscriptions are becoming costlier and costlier every year. And for both these, for the subscriptions as well as for the AMCs, the institute pays nearly 5 to 6 crore per year. So we appeal to all of you to help us raise the funds to cover this expenditure, either through CSR or through the individual donors. We will be, of course, sending the appeal to all the alumni across the world to help us to do this. Your alma mater has helped you a lot in your student days, and it is ready to help you even today. Few years back, through the generous donation of Mr. Mokashi, who is also one of our distinguished alumnus, an incubation center was started in ICT with the aim to promote the innovation and entrepreneurial spirit within our alma mater, our alumnus. Today, this incubation center is very well equipped to help our alumni. So, if you have any innovative idea or a product and want to be an entrepreneur, please contact Dean of Research and Innovation, Professor Devarajan, and she will surely help you to take this forward. Coming back to the celebrations of this evening, I would like to congratulate each and every winner for their accomplishments. Each of the winner has number of achievements and have contributed significantly to their respective fields. Many of them have received other prestigious awards, but there is always something special when your own recognize your achievements and success. Hence, I am sure this award from Alumni Fraternity and Alma Mater will be cherished for years to come. UAN and your Alma Mater is proud of you all and wish you a continued success. I hope you will enjoy the celebrations and will be present throughout the event to share the joy of all the winners and their families. The event like this only becomes successful because of participation and presence of the audience like you and the hard work which has gone to planning and executing this program. Here I will like to thank my colleagues who have spent obscene number of hours perfecting this program. Along with my colleagues, tremendous amount of work was also carried out by students alumni representatives, and I like to thank them as well. Congratulations once again to all the winners and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mehndle sir, for setting the tone for the day's proceedings. We appreciate your presence. I would like to mention about Professor Udkekar, who is the Distinguished Award winner in academics category, who could not join us in the offline event physically, but has joined us today online from USA. So we welcome him. Now, in the second half of 2022, there have been notable achievements by the ICT faculties, and UAA would like to applaud and recognize these achievements. So, to begin with the awards and the felicitation, the first award has been given to Dr. Ganpati D. Yadav. Professor G.D. Yadav has been elected for All India MSME Association as the honorary membership of the association as Successful Educationalist Academian, also for being elected as the Fellow of the US National Academy of Investors, INA, for being inducted as the Honorary Fellow of the Biotech Research Society India, BRSI, at IIT Guwahati, for being bestowed the first Bharat Ratna APJ Abdul Kalam Award for Science and Technology, and being inducted into the US National Academy of the Engineering in Washington. Since he's traveling right now, he will join us in the evening for sure. So we'll have to move ahead with the next award, which is given to Professor Lakshmi Kantam Mennepalli, who was inducted as a Fellow of India National Academy of Engineering in November 2022. Ma'am, if you can please have you on the stage. I would request UAA President Dr. Sanjay Mehndle sir to please felicitate ma'am. Next up, we have Professor Uday S. Annapure, who is the Director of ICT MERS and has been conferred with Sri Somlal Vyas SEA Innovation Award 2022 by the Solvent Extractors Association of India in collaboration with the Food Tech Pathshala. This award is for his successful innovative approach to designing of the process for the intensified synthesis of triglyceride of octanoic acid with an application of sonication and evaluation of frying characteristics of octanoic acid in September 2022. So can we please have you on the, sir, on the dais, please? No? Okay. So moving ahead, we have Professor Vanna Patravale ma'am, who has crossed 10,000 citations as per Google Scholar record in September 2022. The Council of the India Chemical Society has nominated Professor Vanna Patravale ma'am for Professor R.S. Verma Memorial Award 2022 in recognition of her scholastic contribution to the field of chemical sciences. The award will be formally given on 59th Annual Convention of Chemists of the Indian Chemical Society to be held during December 16 to 18, 2022 at the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, Indian Institute of Technology, ISM, Dhanbad, Jharkhand. The next felicitation is to be done for Professor Parag Gopte sir from the Department of Chemical Engineering, who has been elected as the member of Council of the Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers, IICHE 2022 in September 2022, and also honored with the Malavya Memorial Senior Faculty Award for the year 2021 by the Biotech Research Society, BRS, on 7th December 2022. The next award has been given to Professor Prashant Kharkar sir from the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology and has been inducted as Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. Next up, we have Professor P.D. Vaidya sir, who a department from Chemical Engineering has been elected for Professor M.M. Sharma Science and Technology Award by the Marathi Vidyan Parishad on October 20, 2022. Next up, we have Professor D.V. Pinjari from Department of Polymer Engineering has been given inducted as Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. Congratulations, sir. Followed up, we have Dr. Prajakta Dandekar Jain ma'am from Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology received the Uncha Mazaj Joka Award from Z Marathi for her research in pharmaceutical biotechnology in August 2022. Even she has not been able to join us physically. So moving on, we have Dr. Neetu Jha, ma'am, who has won the Climate Hackathon Challenge Award in the What Industries Should Do to Mitigate Climate Change. Energy Swaraj Foundation has selected her for this award for her unique ideas on climate change action and environmental correction in November 2022. Dr. Neetu Jha, ma'am. Even she has not been able to join us physically. So moving on, we have Dr. Hitesh Pawar sir from the Department of Center of Energy Biosciences, who has been awarded as the Young Associate of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. in the National Bio-Entrepreneurship Competition 2022, organized by the C Camp Bangalore in December 2022, the ICT team represented by Ms. Shrishti Tiwari, Professor R.D. Kale and Dr. Shamlam Reshamwala sir received a prize of rupees 1 lakh for their innovation on vegan leather using natural fibers and biopolymers, which is completely biodegradable. Next up, we have Professor R.D. Kulkarni sir, who got the J.J. Kane Award for the Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. India's startup S4S Technologies Private Limited, led by our alumnus Dr. Tushar Gavare, was highly acclaimed by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi during Kisan Sammelan 2022, held on 17th October 2022. Kisan Sammelan 2022 had 300 startups and the PMO office shortlisted 5 of them for one-to-one interaction of PM with the proprietor. Dr. Gavare explained about the unique business model, revenue generation, and empowerment of women through micro-entrepreneurship to the Honorable Prime Minister. Even he has not been able to join us physically. So moving ahead, we have Pooja Todke, a student of Department of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology, working under the supervision of Professor Padma V. Devarajan ma'am, who won the Best Oral Presentation Award at NIPER Pharmacon 2022, an international symposium on recent trends and future opportunities in pharmaceuticals, organized by National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Mohali, Punjab, India, November 10 to 12, 2022, for her work on carbohydrate-decorated lipidic nanocarriers of amphotericin B for mannose receptor-mediated augmented intramacrophage delivery. Next up, and the last one that we have, is ICT student team led by Suraj Kapale and Harshal Patil with Isha Akhtar, won the Smart India Hackathon 2022, organized by AICTE, and a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh in the senior hardware category at IIT Roorkee for their innovation, Zero Spillage Milking Can, while the we also had a team led by Amay Suryavanshi with Virendra Ahire, Jay Shendur Nikar, Aniruddha Kulkarni, Somraj Patil, Riya Bhatnagar, who won the SIH award and a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh for their innovation, preservative-free juices at Koneru Lakshma Maya Education Foundation, in the senior hardware category 25 to 29th August 2022. I congratulate each one of you for such remarkable achievements. Please give them a round of applause once again. Now I would like to request our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Anirudh B. Pandit, sir, to address our ICT community. Professor Pandit earned his B.Tech Chemistry degree from the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT, Banaras Hindu University in 1980, and earned his PhD in Tech degree from the University Department of Chemical Technology, now ICT, in 1984. He has guided more than 50 PhD and 70 master students. He has close to 400 research publications, many patents, fellowships, and accolades to his name. Professor Pandit became the Vice Chancellor of the Institute of Chemical Technology on November 29, 2019. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. I think we are already running 15 minutes behind schedule, so it won't take long. President Dr. Sanjay Mendre, the award winners who are sitting on the dais, Maruk, Chairman of the Award Selection Committee, Professor Srirang Joshi, past directors, Professor Sharma, Professor Joshi, senior alumni, Shri B.S. Rajpurohit, Dilip Udas, past president, Professor Bhate. I can see Ram Savnis all the way from USA, gracing the occasion. Welcome to ICT UAA reunion. Indeed, it's a reunion and it's a very pleasant day to celebrate. I'm not going to say much because you have heard the kind of things which have been achieved by the students and the faculty. I'm going to make 3 or 4 appeals and information to you. On October 2nd, when we celebrated our Foundation Day, I had made an announcement of starting a Granite Foundation, and this Granite Foundation has been initiated, and our objective is to raise at least 100 crores till October 1st, 2023 to celebrate 90 years of existence of ICT. And the objective there is all the infrastructure projects which are currently lagging because of the lack of funding are being targeted, and I appeal you earnestly to contribute with all your might to this particular foundation. Of course, all donations to ICT are 100% tax deductible. You alumni have been helping a lot, and I am sure alumni will come forward and meet the requirements of ICT in its hour of need. We are also approaching many industries for the same, and so far we have been able to generate or at least get a commitment to the tune of about 30 crores. So I don't think raising 100 crores by October 1st, 2023 is not going to be that difficult. Second appeal to you is on a happy note. The 2 satellite centers of ICT, ICT Jalna and ICT IOC at Bhubaneswar, started in May 2018 with a 5-year integrated MTech program. And the first batch of these students will be graduating, post-graduating with MTech program in July 2023. And the credibility of ICT is at stake because it is necessary for us to place these students when they graduate next year, and appeal to all the alumni with industries or with industrial contacts to take an active part in placing the graduates or postgraduates from both these satellite centers. The iMTech program is unique in the nation's history with a 5-year integrated master's course consisting of 15 trimesters. And by the time the students graduate next year, they would have spent at least 16 to 18 months either in industry or doing research. And I'm happy to tell you that many of the foreign universities have already started offering postgraduate PhD programs to these particular students. But at the same time, to attract good students to do these satellite centers, it is equally important for us to see that all these students are placed properly with good packages, and we are trying our level best. ICT Central Placement is assisting both these campuses, and an appeal to you that if and when you see an opportunity to engage these students along with the ICT students, please come forward and at least interview them, and if you find them suitable, I'm sure you will, you can offer them a job or you can offer them an employment. Regarding ICT NICE, Dr. Mahendra has already spoken to you about NICE, ICT NICE, which is a acronym coined by elaborating nurturing innovation and catalyzing entrepreneurship. We already have 4 incubators, 3 of our own alumni, 1 a friend of an alumni who is equally important, and this is getting a national recognition because one of our incubators have received a grant of 50 lakh through BIRAC, and I appeal to you as appealed by the President Dr. Mahendra, those who are interested in trying out ideas, innovations directed toward entrepreneurship would be guided or would be given assistance, some hand-holding by our successful alumni, and the alumni are also planning to conduct workshops to include the kind of initial activities which a budding entrepreneur needs to get involved in, what are the requirements of starting an entrepreneurship, what are the funding, marketing options or strategies which needs to be adopted. So we will have a hand-holding being done. In addition to that, Garda Foundation has donated a chair for Chair of Innovation and Entrepreneurship with a generous donation of 11.5 crores. We will be putting up an advertisement soon, and we plan to start an MBA program, not a conventional MBA program, but MBA program targeting innovation and entrepreneurship. And we have tied up Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management and Tata Institute of Social Sciences, including faculty and their directors, in coming up with this particular MBA program, with the entry decided for these 3 institutes separately. And these modalities are being worked out, and we hope to start this particular MBA course by next academic year. We have already received a permission from AICT to start this particular course. We have a professorship now, and the faculty of Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management and Tata Institute of Social Sciences, the existing faculties, have agreed to take and share the load for the initial 1 year of teaching which is involved in this. Next thing which I want to announce is the biosimilar workshop which is being planned, which we conduct every year. It is been planned this year on 2nd of February and in Goa, in Novotel Hotel, Goa. You will get all the details. But the point to be noted out here that during this workshop, we have started or we have initiated Dr. Anji Reddy Fellowship promoted by Biosimilars, and the first Dr. Satish Reddy will give that inaugural lectures, and this will be an annual event. An endowment has been initiated by Dr. Reddy's foundation to start this particular fellowship. The last announcements which I want to make is on 1st of January 2023, our beloved Chancellor, Dr. R.A. Mashelkar, will be celebrating 80 years. And we plan to have a small function, some sort of a scientific come culture, not cultural, but scientific come a function where interaction with Dr. Mashelkar and his impressions by those people who have been influenced by his presence, who have been influenced by him in their life would be done. So the program starts in the morning, and in the first half we will have Dr. Mashelkar's students and collaborators giving a scientific input and a scientific collaboration which they had. And in the second part, which is the afternoon period, you will have people from corporates, people from his professional life who will share their interaction and reminiscences about Dr. R.A. Mashelkar, which will be followed by a dinner and a short film which has been made on Dr. Mashelkar's life, not exactly on life, but a one-act play which the students have made to indicate how he influenced the patent culture in India as well as in CSIR. I would like to congratulate all the award winners today, and it is extremely gratifying to see that my first PhD student, Dr. Jagdish Thampi, is being awarded with the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Now this is the fourth in generation. Professor Sharma, Professor Joshi, myself and my student now, our tradition is being continued. Similarly, Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta, whom I taught during his master's as well as PhD program, has also been my student. And Dr. R.D. Kale, Professor R.D. Kale has been my collaborator for a long time. It is very, very gratifying to see that all these people and all these entities are getting recognized for their efforts and for their accolades, which is being properly recognized through University Alumni Association by selecting them as distinguished alumni. Congratulations to all, and I wish you all the very best. New Year is coming, so have a great time today. Enjoy the day, interact with the people, do the networking, and do not forget the appeals which I made for Granite Foundations as well as Dr. R.A. Mashelkar's birthday on 7th of January 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Pandit, sir. That was indeed an enlightening address. And it's always a pleasure to hear you. So to conduct proceedings from here on, may I invite Professor Srirang Joshi, sir, who is the chair of the Search and Selection Committee of the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards. Professor Srirang Joshi is a POG member of the University Alumni Association and the head of the Pharma Department at the Institute of Chemical Technology. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Prashasti. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this presentation ceremony of the Distinguished Alumnus Awards. I'm sure we will have a nice evening today, enjoying and celebrating the success of awardees. And as usual, we start our program with an instrumental Saraswati Vandan on flute. Incidentally, ICT students have great musical legacy, and the past performances in UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards were highly appreciated by one and all. Today, we have two performances for you. The first performance is by Parth Vaidya, our final year BTech Polymer Engineering student. He is playing for us Jaya Sharade Vageshwari, a popular song by late Srimati Shanta Shelke, from an equally popular album by renowned music director Shri Sridhar Phadke, based on Rag Bhimpalas. I request Parth Vaidya to render his flute citation. amazing performance, Parth. What a performance. UDCT Alumni Association is 33-year-old, and the Distinguished Alumnus Awards have become a cherished tradition among alumni of UDCT and ICT. Every year, we have two joyful functions to celebrate the success of our alumni in various fields and careers. In the month of May, we celebrate the Technology Day and UAA Foundation Day and confer the Distinguished Alumnus Awards in Entrepreneur and Professional category. In December, every year we have an annual alumni reunion and confer the Distinguished Alumnus Awards in Academics and Research and Young Achiever Award. We are presenting the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards in Academics and Research today. They are the awards for 2022. The Distinguished Alumnus Awards are searched and selected very judiciously through a very systematic nomination, evaluation, and selection process. I, Professor Srirang Joshi, member of Board of Governors of UDCT Alumni Association and Head of Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology, in the capacity of Chair, Search and Selection Committee, along with Mrs. Mahrukh Rustumji, member of Board of Governors of UDCT Alumni Association and founder and managing partner of Amateresu Life Sciences LLP and co-chair Search and Selection Committee, would like to profoundly thank the members of Search and Selection Committee for giving their valuable time and advice in conducting the search and selection of Distinguished Alumnus Awards 2022. We request all the awardees to restrict their acceptance speech for 3 minutes. Further, we also request the awardees to be on the dais till the end of this function once the acceptance speech is delivered. Spouses are requested to be seated in the audience once the award ceremony is over. Let's move to the first award. We now start with the first award of today, which is UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards Academics, and the award goes to Professor Ravindra D. Kulkarni. I now request Professor Parag Gopte, Vice President and member of Board of Governors, UDCT Alumni Association, to read out the citation for this award, followed by the conferment of the award by Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Pandit and Dr. Sanjay Mhendale, President UAA. Over to Parag Gopte.
Professor Ravindra D. Kulkarni, a professional par excellence due to his high degree of integrity, commitment and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, Institute of Chemical Technology, is held. Professor Kulkarni completed BSc Tech in Technology of Oils, Fats and Waxes in 1990 from the then UDCT. Subsequently, he completed MTech in Chemical Technology and PhD both from LIT Nagpur. Right from student days, Professor Kulkarni demonstrated academic excellence, winning the Professor J.G. Kane Prize at UDCT and the gold medal at LIT. Professor Kulkarni joined UICT, NMU as lecturer in 94 and spent more than a decade rising to the position of director in 2015. In 2016, Professor Kulkarni joined ICT as Professor of Oil Technology and was then promoted to the position of Senior Professor in 2020. He was also deputed as Pro Vice Chancellor at the University of Mumbai from June 2018 to September 2022. Professor Kulkarni was also on the Board of Governors of UDCT Alumni Association and contributed immeasurably to the activities of UAA. Professor Kulkarni is working in the field of renewable polymers, nanopigments and green functional paints, oleochemicals, surfactants and biolubricants. His most significant research contributions include improved methods for synthesis of nanomaterials and its application in corrosion inhibition coatings. Professor Kulkarni is also an extremely popular teacher, contributing to several innovative teaching learning methods. He also contributed to the development of infrastructure projects in the department under the DST Feast, UGC SAP, MODROB and TechPip 2 schemes worth Rs 15 crores. Professor Kulkarni also guided 15 doctoral students and 58 MTech students, also publishing over 75 publications in journals of repute and 6 book chapters. He has 7 patents to his credit and also completed over 15 sponsored projects worth Rs 2.5 crore as well as 10 industrial consultancy projects. Professor Kulkarni is recipient of many awards and honors, including the Professor J.G. Kane Memorial Award 2022, Best Teacher Award in 2014, and Best Paper Award in 2006. He is also Life Fellow of Indian Chemical Society and Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences. Professor Kulkarni traveled to many countries for conference presentations, professional interactions, and visits to various universities. He also worked as member of various statutory bodies both at university and government level. His two most important contributions can be cited as member of UGC Working Group for preparing the guidelines for University Industry Linkage Program and as Chairman NEP Committee 1 Higher and Technical Education Department Government of Maharashtra. Professor Kulkarni contributed immensely to establishment and development of many centers, including the Center of Excellence in Marine Studies and School of International Relations and Strategic Studies, among many others. ICT has benefited from the image of Professor Ravindra Reddy Kulkarni and hold him in high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academics on this day, the 17th December 2022. I also invite Mrs. Kulkarni to please join Professor Kulkarni on the dais. And I request Professor Pandit and Dr. Mahendra to do the honors. And I also request Maruk to felicitate Mrs. Kulkarni. Yeah, I request Professor Kulkarni to give the acceptance speech.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor A.B. Pandit, Honorable Bhishma Pitama, Professor M.M. Sharma Sir, Past Director, Honorable Professor J.B. Doshi, the President of UAA, Dr. Mahendra Sir, all past Presidents of University Alumni Association, Chairman and Deputy Chairman of Award Selection Committee, other office bearers of University Alumni Association, and award winners, and my dear august gathering of ICT alumni. Let me extend my sincere gratitude and express my gratefulness to University Alumni Association for the conferment of UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award under the category of academics, and thus allowing me to join the galaxy of distinguished recipients of this award in the past. Friends, this, as per Marathi calendar, this month is Margashish, an auspicious month devoted and dedicated to Guru Dattatreya. I therefore pray to the Almighty, the God, to raise my competence as well as courage to receive this distinguished alumni award. On this occasion, let me offer my earnest gratitude and pay deep respect towards my teachers, guru, mentors at different stages of my career, my late parents, my family, my colleagues, and my PhD students for their sustained support and encouragement. I dedicate this award to my late mother. My mother she took major efforts in my upbringing, and her memories are still a source of inspiration for me. My elder brothers, Professor Upendra and Dr. Narendra, and my sister-in-laws are present today in the August gathering along with my grandson. They extended emotional support and encouragement, motivation to facilitate my career in the right directions. Now let me talk about my better half, my wife, Dr. Priya, who sacrificed her career for the sake of building my career. She stood firmly behind me during all the difficult phases of my career and deserves all credit for my success. My two sweet daughters, Dr. Sharvari and Brunmai, are also my constant source of inspiration and my pleasure of life. Let me recall the kind of intense preaching and training given by my teachers in UDCT while pursuing BSc Tech during 1987-90. I still consider this period as my golden period of my life. My room partner Shashank Dodal in hostel number 3 and all my classmates of UDCT 90 batch, Venkat, Gopi, Shiva, Balaji, Ashwini, Kute, KP, and all other Tejas who are present today in the audience, either physical or in online mode. Okay, they really deserve the major credit for those golden days. They inspired me to choose the academics as my career path. Kavitri Bainabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University, where I began my academic career and rose to the position of director, UICT, where my career spanned around 22 years, where I got very good freedom in executing various plans and strategies to elevate the status of UICT Jalgaon as one of the good institutes in the field of chemical technology with recognitions such as DST FIST, UGC, SAP, TechWhip, and NRF ranking. I extend thanks to all my vice chancellors of that university, my department head, my department colleagues. Some of my colleagues from Jalgaon have traveled specifically to attend this program. Thank you for being with me in this entire journey. I offer sincere thanks and deepest gratitude to Professor J.B. Joshi, Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor J.D. Yadav, the Vice Chancellor, previous Vice Chancellor of ICT, present Vice Chancellor Professor A.B. Pandit, Professor D.N. Bhaumik, and my colleagues, Professor Sunil Bhagwat, Professor S.D. Samant, Professor Anand Patwardhan, Professor Srirang Joshi, Professor Gopte, Professor Mahanwar, Professor Uday Annapure, and my colleagues at department, Professor Amit Pratap and Professor Wagmare, as well as my OTI senior colleagues, Dr. Gaikwad, Dr. Tsuri, Dr. Prasad Nabar, and all others for their constant support in building my academic and research career at ICT in a great way. Thanks to all of you for the same. I got an opportunity to serve as Pro Vice Chancellor of one of the 3 oldest universities of India, the University of Mumbai, which has 165 years of legacy of academic excellence. I consider me very much fortunate to serve the position of PVC. Whatever success I could achieve, whether it is in terms of NAC accreditation, NRF recognition, global recognition of university, whether it is the restructuring of administration, digitization and paperless governance, or the different establishment of different centers of excellence. As a PVC, which is considered to be a position of Chief Academic Officer, okay, particularly for all this success, in fact, the credit goes to my then Vice Chancellor, Professor Suhas Pendikar, my friend and mentor, Principal Ajay Bhambre, the Advocate Neil Helekar, Anand, and all my statutory authorities who supported me in that particular endeavor. At this stage, I extend my sincere thanks and would like to give due credit to my PhD students who supported my research career like anything. I enjoyed teaching for UG and PG at ICT as well as UDCT Jalgaon, and I thanks to my all UG and PG students for the same. And in the last, I keep myself committed to maintaining the path of academic excellence in the support of my alma mater ICT. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, and congratulations once again and thanks for your candid response. We now go to the next award, which is again UAA Distinguished Alumnus Award, Academics, and it goes to Professor Vivek Udgikar. I now request Professor Parag Gokte, Vice President and member of BOG UAA, to read out the citation for this award, followed by the conferment of the award by Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Pandit and Dr. Sanjay Mendale, President UAA, in online mode. Over to Parag Gokte.
Professor Vivek P. Udgikar, a professional par excellence due to his high degree of integrity, commitment and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, Institute of Chemical Technology, is held. Professor Udgikar completed bachelor's and master's degrees in chemical engineering in 1983 and 1985 respectively from then UDCT. After gaining industrial experience at IOC Khopoli, he pursued further studies, earning a doctorate in chemical engineering from the University of Cincinnati, Ohio. After brief stints at the University of Dayton and National Research Council, he joined the University of Idaho, where he is currently professor in the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering. He has also served as Associate Dean of Research for the College of Engineering and as the Interim Director of the Nuclear Engineering Program of the University of Idaho. Professor Udgikar's research interests include energy systems, modeling of multiphase systems, and environmental remediation resource recovery. His key research achievements include development of novel sorbents for capture of radioactive contaminants and chemical heat pumps for effective thermal energy storage. His teaching portfolio includes a broad range of chemical and nuclear engineering courses, including transport phenomena, kinetics, thermodynamics, and energy systems. He has also contributed to the development of new theory courses in the area of electrochemical engineering and hydrogen energy systems. Professor Udgikar also completed number of sponsored projects worth US 6 million, mainly from the Department of Energy, US Nuclear Energy Regulatory Commission, and Idaho National Laboratory. Professor Udgikar has process development, design and engineering experience in organic chemical industry and has been a consultant to number of industries in the area of process product improvement and environmental compliance. He has guided several masters and doctoral students, also resulting in number of publications in journals of repute and presentations in international conferences. Most notably, he is author of 2 textbooks in chemical engineering, Fundamental Concepts and Computations in Chemical Engineering, and Chemical Processes in Renewable Energy Systems, both published by Pearson Education, Boston. He also received the Fulbright Nehru Academic and Professional Excellence Fellowship for conducting research at ICT Mumbai on the recovery of critical materials from E-Waste. ICT has benefited from the image of Professor Vivek P. Udgikar and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Academics on this day, the 17th December 2022. Professor Udgikar has joined online and he is very much visible on the Zoom screen. So I request Professor Pandit and Dr. Mahendra to do just the honors online. Maybe you can come here and just say.
Congratulations, Vivek. And you had promised that you will be coming next year to continue the work which you started as under the fellowship. And we look forward to that. And it is really extremely pleasant duty for me and Dr. Sanjay Mehndre to give you this award of UDCT Distinguished Alumnus. I hand over the mic to Dr. Sanjay Mehndre to do the honors.
Professor Udgikar, congratulations. We are really missing you here. We would have really liked you to be here amongst us to receive this award personally. But unfortunately, you could not do so. But promise us that next year you will come over and we will meet. Great to have you at least online. So thank you very much and congratulations once again. Now here I cannot give you the award personally, but I declare that the award is given to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I invite Professor Udgikar to give the acceptance speech.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, and there is a slight audio delay, and so Professor Mahendra, UAA President, Vice Chancellor Pandit, and all the so all the members of distinguished audience. So greetings from beautiful Idaho, and I truly regret my inability to be there in person to share what is undoubtedly one of the proudest moments of my life. And I want to thank the UDCT Alumni Association I want to thank the Alumni Association and ICT for the recognition and the invitation to join a select group of phenomenal and outstanding individuals. And I am humbled by the thought that mere consideration for such an honor is an award in itself. So for me, it has been a meandering journey from an anxious first-year student in 1979 to a seasoned professor at the University of Idaho. And I want to take my time acknowledging a debt of gratitude to all or most of the individuals who have helped me along in my journey. To start with, all my faculty at UDCT, ICT, and in particular Professor J.B. Joshi, who guided me through the graduate studies. An amazing cohort of fellow graduate students back then, and Professor Anand Patwardhan as well as Vice Chancellor Pandit among them, a group whose friendship I will cherish forever. Technical Director Bakshi and Deputy Director Atle at the Indian Organic Chemicals Limited, who were truly founts of knowledge from whom an engineer learned so much. My classmates Govind Kamath and Sunil Ambekar at Cincinnati, who helped me settle in a new place as I pursued my doctorate with Professor Rakesh Govind at University of Cincinnati. Professors Roger Porras and Gudne Admasu at University of Idaho, who had enough faith in me to give me an opportunity to join the faculty ranks at Idaho. And that opportunity has ultimately led to this honor. Nothing would have been possible without the support of my parents and my family, and I really want to thank my wife and my children who make it all of this worthwhile. So it has been a journey of a personal discovery for me, and a Along the way, I have been able to share with others what I have learned through teaching, research, and also publication of books. I was really pleasantly surprised when Prentice Hall accepted my proposal for an introductory text in chemical engineering. And I was even more gratified when they came back after 4 years requesting another book. I am truly grateful to Professor M.M. Sharma, who so kindly and graciously penned a foreword for it. Once again, I want to thank the Alumni Association, the selection committee, and everybody involved for bestowing this honor on me. And I look forward to strengthening my bonds with my alma mater as I return for the second phase of my research as a Fulbright Nehru Fellow next May. Thank you once again, and Mr. President.
Hello. Thank you, Professor Vivek Udgikar, and congratulations once again, and thank you for your online response. We now have a second music performance of today by one of our students, Mr. Vignesh Shankar Narayanan from final year B Farm. He is going to sing for us an immensely popular Marathi song, Mana Mandira, from extremely popular Marathi film Katyar Kaljat Ghusli, song written by Mandar Solkar and music by none other than the popular trio Shankar Ehsan Loy. Over to Vignesh for his performance.
स्वयं प्रकाशी तू तारा चैतन्याचा घावारा बरपंखातून स्वप्न उद्याचे बरपंखातून स्वप्न उद्याचे जे पगरे पाखरा उजळून घे साधका ba ma ba ni da ba ma ba 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 ni da ba pa ni da ri 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 pa ni da ma ga ri ri ga ri da pa ni da ni da ba ri ga ri da ni da ri da ri ba ga ri da ri ba ba ri da ba ri da ba ri da ri 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 ga ri da da ni ri ma ba ni da 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 ni da da ni da da ni ri ri da da ni ma ba ni ga da ri ri da ni da ni da ni da ni da ri da ri ba ri da ba ri da ri 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 ma ba ga ri ri ga ri da ri ba ba ga ri da ri da ri da ri da ba 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 ri da 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 ni 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 da ni da ni da ni da ni da ni da ri ri da ba
Vignesh, what a performance. Truly amazing. We now go to another award, which is UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards Research. And the award goes to Dr. Jagadish Thampi. I now request Dr. Ram Sabnis, member of Board of Governors, UDCT Alumni Association, to read out the citation for this award, followed by the conferment of the award by Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Pandit and Dr. Sanjay Mehendre, President of UDCT Alumni Association. Over to Ram Sabnis.
Dr. Jagdish Thampi, a professional par excellence, due to his high degree of integrity, commitment and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, Institute of Chemical Technology, is held. Dr. Thampi obtained his BSc Tech, MSc Tech and PhD Tech degrees from ICT in 1994, 1996 and 2000 respectively. He then pursued a postdoctoral fellowship at INP CIACT, Toulouse, France. In 2014, he added to his qualification a postgraduate diploma management from IIM Kozhikode. Dr. Thampi started his industrial research career as a research scientist at GE India Technology Center, Bangalore in 2002. After a brief stint in June 2005, he joined Syngene International Limited, a Biocon group of company, as a vice president and head of the chemical development business unit. At Syngene, he established a niche service unit for chemical development with scientific enabling functions and grew it from 2 members in 2005 to about 1,000 members in 2019. From 2019 till recently, Dr. Thampi was the head discovery service at Origin Pharmaceutical Services, a Dr. Reddy Laboratories subsidiary, where he was leading more than 400 scientists in the areas of medicinal chemistry, discovery, biology, DMPK, pharmacology, toxicology, process development across various therapeutic areas, including oncology and modalities, NCs, oligonucleotides, and targeted protein degradation. Dr. Thampi's research has led to an impactful business success over the years. As one of the earliest outcomes, 2 novel processes based on one-step synthesis of bisphenol A from cumene hydroperoxide and phenol were developed and patented at GE Plastics. He pioneered the therapeutic oligonucleotides, namely siRNA, DNA process development and scale-up in India, and spearheaded the setup of a process development lab and scale-up unit at Syngene by internalizing this niche technology and developing scientific capabilities. Dr. Thampi established the capability and transferred cryogenic reactions down to -80 degrees C from the lab to multi-hundred kilos manufacturing scale worldwide. Dr. Thampi has also contributed immensely in more than 100 drug substance development programs at various stages and accelerated the introduction of new medicines to market. He has led cross-functional teams to advance 4 molecules from lab to market, including one of the NCE from late discovery to Japan market, and made seminal contribution in commercializing another NCA for US market for a rare pediatric disease. Dr. Thampi is a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry, London, and has been awarded Syngenite of the Year Biocontribute Individual Award for the engagement and leadership by the Biocon Group and GE Innovation Inventor Award. ICT has benefited from the image of Dr. Jagdish Thampi and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishment. In token thereof, and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of the ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award Research on this day of 17 December 2022. Congratulations. I now request Professor Pandit and Dr. Mehndre to confer the award. I now request him to give an acceptance speech. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ram, for such a wonderful citation. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Pandit, UAA Alumni Association President, Dr. Mehndre, Professor Srirang Joshi, Sharma sir, and Professor J.B. Joshi, other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my friends. It's indeed a real honor to receive an award, especially the Distinguished Alumnus Award from the alma mater. If someone asks me, how do I feel today? I can tell you that it's like, you know, when your own family is recognizing you. I think Dr. Mehndre also rightly mentioned that in his speech. That's what exactly I'm feeling today. I am really grateful to ICT, UAA Board of Governors, and the awards selection committee for selecting me for this prestigious award. I am grateful because I know that it is not just recognizing my contribution or acknowledging me. It's in fact, or indeed, recognizing all those who chose science for living and a means to give back to society. And there are several people who helped me to craft a very satisfying and rewarding career in science and research. I would like to acknowledge all of them. First, if I look back, my high school teacher, actually she is the one who identified, or the one who told me that I have interest in chemistry, or she is the one who encouraged me to take chemistry. So I first thank her. Then if I look at ICT, my professors in the DICE department, Professor Kanedkar, Professor Rangnecker, with whom I did my master's, and from the chemical engineering department, Professor S.B. Sawant, and in the chemistry department, Dr. S.D. Samant. I think both of them are retired now. And during the PhD, Professor Pandit and Professor Joshi. I think the mentoring or the learning I received from both of them continue to guide me in negotiating the corporate challenges, let me put it in that way. From them I understood, or I learned how to stay focused on the goals in spite of very challenging environment or a demanding environment or very ambitious targets. I always remember the teaching from them and stay focused on the goal and just go about it. Thank you, sir, and thank you, sir. And in the corporate world, my first supervisor, Dr. Pramod Kumbar, he is also an alumnus of ICT and a distinguished alumnus as well, from whom I learned how to, interact with colleagues, as well as how to handle the customers and their expectations. Thank you, Pramod, for all that guidance. And at Sinjin, my first supervisor, Dr. Gautam Das, and later Manoj Nerurkar and Peter Baines, I would like to recollect or acknowledge all of them. And at Dr. Reddy's and Origin, my first supervisor, Ravi Venkatramanan, Deepak Sapra, G.V. Prasad, and Akhil Ravi. I would like to acknowledge all of them for giving me opportunity to lead Origin Pharmaceutical Services. If I look back in the research area, over the past 2 decades or so, I have got many opportunities or ample opportunities to leverage science for the betterment of humanity. More so, designing and developing molecules or therapeutic agents for unmet medical needs across the globe. Some of them were from very early stage, early discovery, to all the way to some of the very difficult or toughest market in the world. And also, I could bring in the technology of oligonucleotides, the process development, scale up and manufacture of oligonucleotides to India and set up a successful research unit in that area. I could do all those. I could meet all the challenges and craft a very satisfying career in research only because of my training at ICT. So thank you, ICT, for that. Last but not the least, I would like to acknowledge my family. My better half, Radhika, is also from ICT. Unfortunately, she couldn't join today because of my daughter has her exams today. I'm sure she must be watching this online. Thank you. Also to my children, Adit and Avni, a big thank you to all of them. My mother took all the pain and did all the hard work to make me the person I am today. To her goes my eternal gratitude. Thank you. So with that, thanks to each one of you to creating this wonderful and memorable moment for me. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dr. Tampi, and congratulations once again, and thanks for your response. We now go to the next award, which is again UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Awards Research, and the award goes to Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta. I now request Dr. Ram Sabnis, Member of Board of Governors, UDCT Alumni Association, to read out the citation for this award, followed by the conferment of the award by Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Pandit and Dr. Sanjay Mehendale, President of UDCT Alumni Association. Over to Ram Sabnis.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta, a professional par excellence due to his high degree of integrity, commitment, and professionalism, has been responsible for the great esteem in which his alma mater, the Institute of Chemical Technology, is held. Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta obtained his bachelor's in engineering, metallurgy, and material science from Jadavpur University in 1999, a postgraduate in nuclear science and technology from BARC in 2000, and subsequently PhD Tech from ICT in 2013. Dr. Dasgupta then joined Bhabha Atomic Research Center, India as a scientific officer in 1999 and rose to the current position of Head Advanced Carbon Materials Section, GNAMD Materials Group, BRC India. He is also an associate professor at the Homi Bhabha National Institute, Mumbai. Dr. Dasgupta's research interest includes carbon-carbon composites, carbon nanomaterials, coatings, as well as rare earth metals and alloys. He has made significant contribution towards bulk synthesis of carbon nanotubes and functionalization of the same with suitable ligands for use in separation science and various other applications. Dr. Dasgupta and his team, for the first time in India, developed the technology for preparing magnetic alloy powders from indigenous rare earths, which could be converted into high-efficiency permanent magnets. The developed technology has great national importance and has scaled up and transferred to IREL. Dr. Dasgupta is a prolific innovator, and in the last few years, he has contributed immensely towards development of various materials for applications of relevance to the society. One of the prolific innovation is the development of lightweight ballistic resistant jacket called as Bhabha Kavach, using carbon nanotubes for Indian Army. This jacket weighs just 6.6 kilograms as compared to 11 kilogram jackets which were used in the past, and cost of these jackets is also reduced to more than 50%, thus providing great benefit to the nation. Dr. Dasgupta has been conferred various awards and honors, including the most prestigious Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize in Engineering and Sciences, Vasvik Industrial Research Award in Materials Engineering in 2020. He has also been awarded Dr. N.J. Suchak Innovation Award by the ICT and Young Metallurgist of the Year Award by the Ministry of Steel, Government of India. Dr. Dasgupta has filed 2 Indian patents and has more than 100 publications in peer-reviewed journals and also contributed to 2 book chapters. He has supervised 1 MTech and 6 PhD scholars so far. ICT has been benefited from the image of Dr. Kinshuk Dasgupta and holds him in high esteem for his accomplishments. In token thereof, and in recognition of his contribution towards enhancing the prestige of the ICT, it is duly resolved to bestow upon him the UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award, Research, on this day, the 17th of December 2022. I now request Professor Pandit and Dr. Mahendra to confer the award. I kindly request Dr. Dasgupta to give the acceptance speech.
Good evening. Respected Professor A.B. Pandit, Vice Chancellor of ICT, Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor J.B. Joshi, another Professor Joshi, then Mrs. Rustamji, the fellow awardees, UAA office bearers, then distinguished faculty members, guests, invitees, the students, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great honor to me to receive the coveted UAA ICT Distinguished Alumnus Award in Research category from the VC of this great institute, which has created many Ratnas for our great nation. Starting from Professor Sharma till Professor Pandit, the leaders of this institute have taken this institute to a new high always, and we feel very much proud to be called an ICTian. I entered the campus of ICT in November 2008. That time it was a transition period from UICT to ICT. When I registered for the PhD program under DAE-ICT collaboration, I was having a bachelor degree in metallurgical engineering and working in Bhabha Atomic Research Center, that is BARC, on chemical vapor deposition of carbon. The then director, BARC, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee, who is no more with us, he insisted me to get registered at ICT for the PhD program, and I asked him, I was very much skeptical, and I asked him why not IIT? My background is metallurgy. So he told me that you go and meet Professor J.B. Joshi. He is, that time he was director of ICT, and you will get the answer. And really, the first meeting with Professor Joshi, it changed my viewpoint, and subsequently his hand-holding changed my life. Now, during the coursework at ICT, I came to know about the strength of this compact compass, the quality of teaching, the industry-academia active collaboration, the research output, and the great alumni it had been creating, and it was continuously creating. My association with ICT did not stop after my completion of PhD. It is still continuing, and after completion my PhD, there are 4 PhD students who registered at ICT and worked at BRC in my lab. And one of them, I can say, is Professor Manish Yadav. He joined back here at faculty of ICT. And this was possible only due to the collaboration between 2 very strong institutes, BARC and ICT, and I wish such collaboration between these great institutes should continue. And I also got opportunity to teach a course on advanced ceramics in the physics department of ICT, and it was really a great experience for me. I personally feel that being an ICTian itself is a great pleasure in one's life, and getting a Distinguished Alumnus Award from the institute which has produced so many superstars is one of the greatest feathers one could have in his cap. I also want to take this opportunity of this occasion to really, you can say, acknowledge the contributions of those who have shaped my life and also taken me to the place where I am today. I am from a very humble background of a joint family, and my parents, Sri Raghunath Dasgupta and Srimati Pritikana Dasgupta, and my uncle, they, with their limited capacity, they gave me freedom to what I wanted to do. My parents, they visited ICT last time in 2019 when I got the NJ Suchak Innovation Award. Now, after that, my maternal grandfather, my mother's maternal uncle, Sri Tushar Kanti Das Gupta, and Professor Dinobandhu Ghosh, a professor at Jadavpur University, they molded my life during my bachelor studies. Really, I am indebted to all my teachers during my schools and bachelor. At BRC, I had mentors like Dr. J.K. Chakravarti, Dr. Madan Gopal Krishnan, and above all, Dr. Sri Kumar Banerjee, who was a guide, my PhD guide, along with Professor J.B. Joshi. And above all, definitely Professor J.B. Joshi, who is always there with me. My team members at BRC, the students, the collaborators, everybody contributed immensely for all my endeavors and achievements. Another point I would like to mention that it is the friends who always share your joy, your sorrow. So I was lucky to have 5 friends from my very childhood. So we grew up together. We work in different facets, but always we meet at some occasion and we share our joy, we share our achievements. So I am really lucky to have all those 5 friends in my life. And last but not the least, it is my wife and my daughters, my wife Pushpita, my daughters Utsa and Tiyasha. They made my life a complete one and a beautiful one. Today they could not come because my daughter is having annual day in her school. That is most important for her. Definitely this function is having much more importance for them, so they could not come. I tried to take all the name, but I seek apology if I have missed anyone's name who have really contributed in my life. There are many, but I could not take. And thank you once again, UDCT Alumni Association, for bestowing me with this Distinguished Alumnus Award 2022, which actually have made me more responsible towards the society. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Das Gupta, and congratulations once again. And thank you for your response. We do not have any awards for the Young Achiever category this time. Hence, the award ceremony is over. Over to Prashasti for further proceedings.
As we have come to the end of today's celebration and program, I may request Mr. Nilesh Lele sir, the Secretary of the UDCT Alumni Association UAA, to propose the official vote of thanks.
Thank you, Prashasti. I would like to officially thank ICT's Vice Chancellor, Professor Anirudh Pandit, for taking time out of his busy schedule and being part of the UAA Reunion Day. Thank you to all the award winners, Professor R.D. Kulkarni, Professor Udgikar, who has joined us live on Zoom, Dr. Jagadish Thampi, Dr. Kinshuk Das Gupta, and their friends and family who are present here for this function and making it a grand success. A special thanks to Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor J.B. Joshi, and all the other faculty members, advisory board members, UDCT Alumni Association, Board of Governor members, students, and everybody who attended today's function. Thank you to Parth and Vignesh, the 2 fabulous student performances that we had today. Last but not the least, and a special thanks, and I would invite our student alumni representatives to quickly come on the stage. Ms. Prashasti, who was also the host, and I think she did a fabulous job. Ms. Anushka and Mr. Abhinandan, the SARs who are with us for our first program. So this is also like an introductory to them. So thank you very much, SARs. We'll have a quick photo for you. Also thanks to the UAA staff, Mr. Sanket, Ms. Sangeeta Mane and Ms. Saili Behre for handling the other administration part. With this I announce, and on very much on time, in fact ahead of time, the official closure of today's program and request everybody to rise for our national anthem. We'll start on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jana Gana Mana Adinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkal Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you. We can proceed for dinner and networking. Or if anybody wants to have photos on stage, you're more than welcome. Requesting the BOG members, Dilip Udar sir, Dr. Ram Sapnes, Rajiv Panse, yeah, Dinesh ji, any other BOG